how ChatGPT lost my client over $400,000. I had a client, helped out her family. We did the estate to get letters testamentary so that her mother would have authority over the estate to be able to sign off on documents. And we sold the house, so I also represented them on the real estate sale. Then, as we're in the process of wrapping up the estate, getting all the assets distributed, we get a notice. Litigation is on the loom. So I brought in my co-counsel, another attorney who handles our litigation at our firm. We got on the phone with this client and we spoke to them about what was happening here. And apparently the decedent, my client's father, was the trustee of multiple trusts of his father, so my client's grandfather. The father had siblings. The siblings were the ones suing the estate for fraud, not providing information related to the trusts, and also for mishandling funds and breaching fiduciary duty as a trustee. Now mind you, this person was dead. They couldn't defend themselves, but there was potentially more assets out there that would have become a part of the estate, so we now can't close the estate out. My client did not want to pay for legal services. So I said, I understand you don't want to pay up front for these legal services. Spoke with my lawyer, my co-counsel who would handle the litigation, and we agreed to take a percentage of the recovery, just based on what we know. Now this could be a major risk. We could not get paid for anything, and litigation can get very costly and time consuming. We were willing to accept that risk. Client didn't want to do it. She went into ChatGPT, wrote up a letter and mailed it to the court, and wrote up a letter and mailed it to her uncle's attorney, her father's brother's attorney, who was suing. Guess who responded? Nobody. ChatGPT is not ready to take over the legal industry. Moreover, default judgment was rendered. All of this money that was out there, now the uncle and the aunt took over as trustee, dispersed all the monies to themselves, and that was the end of it. Not paying for legal fees and going with ChatGPT on their own cost my client, we now found out, was close to $500,000. It was over $400,000 that the estate lost out on. And the estate would have went to her mother and then, of course, to the client and her siblings. So please, go with an attorney that understands the process and procedures, and don't go with ChatGPT. At least not yet. They're not ready to take over the legal industry. Very hard lesson learned, almost $500,000 worth. We're here to help, and we would have recovered that for you. Dr. K. Diff, the Doctor of Law.